market preview for the next week, which will start on Monday 6th and will finish at Friday 10th of the we're gonna have right now already. It's May. So let's check what the news we're gonna have in the following week. Monday will start with the Canadian dollar, and you will see the Canadian dollar as well on Thursday and Friday. Then the Tuesday is gonna be about the Aussie and the Kiwi, and the Wednesday will be especially about the Kiwi, which is very weak. So I'm expecting right now the Kiwi to moving up and on the news to drop down. Next, what is the important is on the Thursday will be the Fed Chair's Powell speaking and as well on Friday, if I see it well, it's gonna be some bounce news. So a lot of opportunities for the market manipulations by the market makers. And let's go quickly to the charts. So we are now looking to the US dollar index. So what is happening here? We are strongly in the uptrends on the weekly and daily. We can see that the last week we have removed the supply zone and this demand zone. Now is being tested right now like this. I must say that I really don't like this price action, and I think that we might see the bigger correction down before the continuation up. What do we see on the COT data? We can see that the banks, the speculators added something around the 2K longs, and they added as well the 2K shorts. Overall, if we look on their exposure ratio, we can see that the longs exposure is dropping from the 84% and it's constantly moving to just 70. And here on the other side, the hedgers, what they're doing is that they still don't have any longs. They still keep it very low. They are exposed like a 98% to the short side, so they very aggressively hedging their positions, and they still adding the shorts positions to be hedged. So what is this report from these last 2 weeks? This change is from this candle into this one, from these yellows, and basically the price was the reports was almost on the same price, because the report is on the Tuesday close candle. So this is close and this is the close as well. So on after the 1 week on the same price, nothing big really happened, nothing too much telling, but we must look to the bigger picture, and on the bigger picture we can see the bullishness, and on the other side we can see that they are hedging, and but we can see that they were slightly not hedging as much as they've been before. But what do I think and why I still believe the price still could go up is this. If we look into this accumulation, which was here many weeks, I do not think that they've been working for this removal and for this moving higher just to move higher and then go lower. So let's see how this will be played. I expect a might bigger correction will be here before the dollar start to go higher again. The next one is the silver. Silver is a little bit different story than anything than the others precious metals. So what do we see here? We can see that on this weekly we have been seeing this drop with these spins here, and this market dynamics says definitely that something is going on here, that it's not a strong move down, and this week we arrived into this demand zone. Why is it demand zone? Because we have these two small candles. This is where the market makers always lower the price and then we had this strong departure which absorbed this supply. So for me, it's the order block where we could see some price action, and it's actually really happened. And we had in my group the trade, the short trade here, and we're not gonna be shorting now anymore for the while, because if we are looking to COT, it says we can see that the speculators are at the 2k longs from the 73k to 75, and they reduced their shorts from 76 to 75. So it means they have a more, they're changing the exposure. They added more longs, they reduced shorts, which happens between these two candles. So what do I believe? That even in these last 3 days, for which we don't have the data, they closed more shorts and maybe added more longs down here. But we don't see this because we don't have the data for the last 3 days. Meanwhile, on the other side, the commercials, the hedgers, what they did, they closed their longs positions about 20k, and they closed the shorts positions about something like 14k. So what that means, that the change is about 2k, and we can see that they are now so when they close such a big amount of the longs positions, what does that mean? The hedgers, they are, when the price is going down, they are in the longs because they want to stabilize the price, around some price where they think that it's fair price for them. But right now they stopped doing the hedging, so they don't believe that the price will go lower anymore. And so for that, I think that we will see the break and the bigger correction. Actually, it's not gonna be the correction because right now we have demand in control on the weekly and as well on the monthly. This is not so strong demand, this one, but it's if we look, we can see pretty strong candles, right? So I think that potential some move higher is really in play in here, and we can see it on the charts, and we have confirmed it by the data as well. So the next one is the gold, and on the gold we are already in the, let's put the data as well. So what is going on here? This weekly, it's still uptrend, and we have the demand zone here where I expect the price to drop down before the further move up will happen. So what is happening right now on the daily? We already have the downtrend, and we have the trade which I still holding from here, and yeah, it's perfectly dropping, so it's very nice. So what is happening with the data? We can see that the speculators added pretty big amount of the longs in the last week. So they just went from 166 to 177, which is 11k of the longs to being added, and they closed 23k of the shorts. So what is this telling to me? It's telling to me that expecting the price, they want to move the price higher. And what's doing the commercials, the hedgers? We can see that they close their long positions from 24/7 to 2030. So, and it happens in here. So they do not believe the price will drop lower in the anytime soon. It will definitely happen, because if we look to the bigger picture, the numbers are still very different. We've been 270k, shorts, and now we are just long, and now we are just 177. But all this exposure, all these changes is telling me that we will see the bigger correction, and it all makes sense because right now what is happening here is that everything is it's always happening the bigger corrections when everything start to be too much obvious. Like you know, every stupid trader can see that this is the downtrend, right? And we can see that these waves are not so strong anymore, and as well, the trend line to be broken. And but still, the traders entering the shorts, you know, and a lot of liquidity is here, and I think market makers want to come for this before they drop it down here from where we could expect to do more long. So right now I definitely expect a bigger correction on the gold. So what I'm gonna do, I will still keep this my short because I'm being paid on the swaps because there is a positive swap on the shorts, and I will hedge the trade. So I will just open the long, you know, and I will let it go up, and then if I will feel that it's you know, I will see the price action, I will close this long with the profit. Still this short I could hold, and I could add one more short, and before they drop it really down here. So what they're starting to do here as well, it's of course here is the stop losses, so they will be haunted, and as well here is the stop losses already some, but it's not, you know, what they want to do is they will bounce a couple times here, so they will create, you know, this illusion of the strong support, and once they, you know, create this illusion and they create some false break, then they will drop it down, you know. So what they want to do now here is they want to create the liquidity down here, so they need to attract the people into this longs, yes. So the next one is the Aussie. On the Aussie, what do we see here? Let's go. So on the weekly, we still have this drop. I'm expecting to go through this zone of the stop losses, but maybe they need to attract more stop losses first, so probably some move higher will happen. But so right now we can see that the banks added some longs positions from this candle into this candle, so it's probably some longs which will be added to move the price here, so they reported it here. But still we can see that they are even more bearish. It's like 89k longs. And what is the hedgers doing? Hedgers are as well adding the shorts, and they not adding the longs, so they hedging themselves even more, so they expecting the price to go lower. I think we will see now some correction on the 4 hours chart, and it could look something like that, so the price will move up, and from there we will potentially could take the shorts. So this is for the Aussie. I think the short term we will see the up move, because, you know, the stop losses could be here, or those who traded this breakout. So first stop loss is here, second here. I think this will be visited. Let's see. Next one is Euro USD, and this one, what do we see here? So we all know that it's all in the big downtrends, and it created lower low here on the weekly, and on the daily it's in this channel, this supply zone, FOMC, and the price is really very bearish. But what is happening now? We can see that the banks added some longs positions in the last week, but we can see, of course, they are reporting the longs positions. But when they are reporting it, so here is the, let's do it like this. So this is the report for this 23, and we can see that they added some longs, like, you know, 5k longs on the 30th, which was the report in here. So what basically happened is they probably added these longs down here because they needed to move the price up. So I don't think that this is any big, you know, trend change or something like that. I really don't like this price action, this this pin bar or this piercing pattern, which could be mostly when this is happening, it could take the price higher. And as I said, that I expect the bigger correction on the USD. We might see the price to go up higher, but it's hard to say right now, because this supply zone was absorbed by a couple pips, but it's still strong downtrend, and commercials are hedging themselves, so they even had added some shorts. So maybe it's hard to say what's going on here right now. I'm definitely having this my short that I have to stop loss in the worst case. So what could happen? Definitely long term, I'm still expecting this. The Eurozone is really fucked up, and we could see the bigger correction up. It's hard to say if it will come here or if it will come to stop hands these things. If it happened, I will take the stop loss, and then I will be looking to short it again. So nothing's, any drama is happening. I'm long term with the bears, and what's gonna happen this week or next week, it's hard to say. So on the 4 hours, you can see that we had this downtrend line which was broken up, but it created like a short-term uptrend on the 4 hours because it removed two supply zones. So basically I have to draw the trend line, and we have the break of the trend line. Then again new supply zones created. High time frames are down, this one is down as well. So shorts from these zones possibly could happen. Now let's wait. If you don't have a trade, which one of these zones will work? Might not one of these, could be one higher. Okay, the next one is the British pound. British pound is really makes me happy last week because here is something what I was expecting, and I was speaking about it in the previous videos, and I explained it in my channel as well. In the previous videos I was speaking that I was expecting to stop on this and visit this level, and from here I was expecting the price to move higher, and as well from here. I will make the video, just cut the part of the past video where I was explaining this, so you can see my my process of my thinking, and you can understand it better, my friends. As well, I explained it how to enter here in my Telegram channel. I will show it later. But so for now, definitely, as I said, I'm very bullish with this because of these reasons. Weekly demand is in control, monthly demand is in control, daily demand is in control after the stop hand, and there's nothing what should stop the price to move higher. And this is as well what brings me to the thinking that the dollar would have a bigger correction, because now a lot of money will flows into the pound. So if you're looking to the data, we can see that the banks reduce some longs. Okay, we can see some longs reduced. It might to confuse the people, but it's just the report from this to here. We cannot watch just these last 2 weeks, but we must look to the bigger picture, and we can see that we came out from the 29k to 50, and the shorts positions was 87 and now just 56. So the shorts are already being reduced and the longs being added. And if we're looking to the commercials, the hedgers, we can see that they hedging themselves. So there's nothing what should stop the price to continue up. Here is what I have in the Telegram channel, what I explained. So I was speaking that we have the news that day, and here I as well explained what I was looking for on the COT data. Then I explained everything step by step step by step, like how to look to commercials, then monthly chart, weekly chart, daily chart, what I was looking as well. Here I was explaining with these COT. Everything was explained here, even how I will enter as well with the stop hunt, and then how it all happened with all my trades as well. So here is what is then happened. Yeah, so I was expecting this stop hunt. Oh, sorry. So I was expecting this stop hunt, which happened, and then it moved up. And yeah, I have made some money on this because I entered the pound against everything. I made the money almost against everything. Yeah. So definitely, if you are not in my Telegram channel, you should join, because there is a lot of news, information which could be pretty good for everyone. And I think that the way I'm doing is really how the market works. Now look at this post as well. So I saying here that I was comparing the Euro and GBP, and look what I said. Euro heavy shorts and GBP longs building up. So Euro GBP is short, and I don't need to look at the charts. And it's true, because look how heavily shorts are the banks on the Euro, and how is the developing the longs on the pound. So then when we check on the pound, you will see, or we can do it right now. Yeah, you see, so I basically posted that it's short, and then it started to drop, so sometimes you don't need to look to the charts, you just need to see what they are doing, the banks are doing, and this is what is the moving the chart. Not any indicators, nothing like the divergences or these any things, but the bank's positions. This is what they moved. What is the moving the charts? Because the banks are only one who can move the price. They have the money, they have this power, they can do it, and they do it. So yeah. Okay, so the next one is the Kiwi. Kiwi is very weak. I'm long-term bearish on the Kiwi, and it's what we can see as well with this data. So we can see that the last week from this to this, there was this supply zone which created, this zone which absorbed this demand zone and created new supply zone, and I actually entered short here. So this zone was created, and what's happened in there is that the banks closed the shorts positions. They closed from the 21 to 19, and they added shorts from 26 to 30. So you can see that it's a pretty big change, and you can see it as well on here, my exposure. So they've been 44% to the long side against the 56, and now they are only 38 to 62. So this is the big change. And what is the commercials doing, the hedgers? So they added the longs from the 21 to 27, and here they added the longs. Why they do it? Because they expecting the price to go down, so they want to hedge themselves. So definitely this is the bearish sentiment on the Kiwi. It of course can make some correction higher, but to fill up these things. So what we could see is that price could come into this supply, which is the above. But for me, at this moment, no reason. I'm still holding this trade. I have the stop loss. If in the worst case, I can get the stop loss. One stop loss can kill me. Next one is USD CAT. USD CAT. We can see that the last week the banks closed some longs positions from 70 to 66, as well they closed the shorts. But they closed the both sides, they closed the shorts and the longs, and if you look to the exposure, looks what happened. As they closed the longs and shorts, but the exposure wasn't affected. It actually changed a bit, but even it became more bullish because now it's 76 to 80, 78. And what is the commercials doing? We can see that they rise their shorts from 104 to 108. So why they do it? Because they hedging themselves and expecting the price to go up. So even, this is how you must look to the COT report. Sometimes the people think, okay, they close the longs positions, okay, it's not bullish anymore. But you must see how much shorts they closed as well and what is doing with the total exposure. Yes, the net positions are not dropped from 48 to 47, but the aggressiveness is more bullish, right? So, and the other side is hedging. So for me, it's still long. And I was thinking how to enter this market. So if I look here, it's very nice. Yeah, so okay, we have these waves, but right now, the price is dropping down, and this is if you look to this market dynamics, it's definitely the accumulation, and as well here, the liquidity, and boom, what's gonna happen here? The traders gonna enter the breakouts, the shorts, and these gonna be traps, and those who are right and they are already in the longs, the most of the people will put the stop loss just here or maybe just here. So now the question, which one will be used? But the demand zone, this one is already tested, so, and this one is new and fresh, and look what happened from this accumulation. And this departure is so strong, and it removed 1, 2, 3, 4 zones. So I think we will see just the touch here and boom, continuation up. I think this could go, this could go like this with the first take profit just on this top, and if with the extension we can have this TP or even higher to the chart high. So with the USD COT, I will be waiting down here. Let's check the next one, and the next one is Swiss franc. Swiss franc is very bullish for me, and we can see that the monthly is uptrend, weekly uptrend, daily uptrend is easy, and we can see that the banks are actually added last week. From here to here, they added longs positions and they added short positions as well, and they are now not so bullish. We can see that it dropped from the 84 to the 80, and what happened on the commercials, they added the short positions, so they still believe the price will go up. But right now the question is what's gonna happen, because we have this strong move up. We have this zone which removed these free zones. There is a free supply zone, so right now the price is dropping down, and I actually entered the short trade here. I have nice entry, but I think I will close it. I think I will close this trade, and I will wait if the correction drop down here. Not sure if this happened or not, but I will definitely not want to enter summary. Or next trade could be the breakout. Next one is Japanese yen. Japanese yen is right now getting stronger, and we can see right now easily why it's happening. So, one simple reason. The demand zone, supply zone was contacted on the weekly and the daily. I was thinking that it's a bit higher. If you look to my older videos, I had a bit differently drawn the trend, this supply zone, and I actually made a mistake So that's why I was still expecting the price to go higher, but no, I had to fix it, and I fixed it, and I realized that it was already contacted, so the orders was filled, and we can see it on the orders. So we can see that the banks reduced their loans from 122k to 120, which happened from here to here, which of course makes sense. So, and they reduced their shorts as well. So what is happening? The price is right now dropping by the profit taking. What is the commercials doing? Commercials are still hedging themselves. So I think that we will still see something like move higher before it drops lower. However, in long term, for some other reasons, I'm still believe that the Japanese yen could show us some bigger drop. Let's see. I think that I'm not sure if this golden week, if is it ending right now or when, but there's gonna be definitely some proper movements from the Japanese traders. Definitely, I'm expecting something big. It's gonna happen. And the yen is having this power that is sometimes, I don't know if they are so crazy, these Asians, what's going on there. But sometimes when something happens there, they really can crash the markets really heavily. So now we are looking to the crude oil, and we can see that the price has contacted the monthly trend line, which was broken, and it's reacting here as well. It's reacting on the weekly supply zone, and here on the daily we have this touch to the supply zone and drop, and we have drop again. So if we look at the data, we can see that the banks reduced the longs from the 630k to 624. So they took the profit, but they took the profit, and as well as they took the profit, they straight away added more shorts. So it's a really big thing, for me. Sometimes you can see that they just take the profit, and they still maintaining the small amount of the shorts. But right now you can see that they start to build up the shorts. So and if you look to the commercials, what they doing, they had because as the price was going up, they was of course building their shorts positions. And we can see right now that they went from the 1 million, 1.4, 1.5, 5, 6, 4, 6, 8, and now 663. So it's a drop about 200s. Even it's 200s. It's a 20k. So they dropped it right now, so they don't believe the price will go up. So right now it's question. We can take 2 trades. Of course, it's still the uptrends because we still don't have removed these ones. So I believe that if it comes to this daily zone, price could move higher, and or if the price first visit this supply on the, it could drop down, and in 4 hours it looks like this. So this is my view for the oil, and the next one is the platinum. I actually never been watching these precious metals too much, but since I'm collecting the COT data for many instruments, I sometimes do a video or something when I see something interesting. And platinum is definitely very interesting for me right now, and I will definitely take a trade because look at this. This is the monthly time frame, and we can see the price was dropping just down. And if you're looking to the market dynamics, it seems like an accumulation, and it probably was. It wasn't so sharp move, like this or this down. Sorry. So for me, definitely here is the accumulation going on, and we can see that it is true because the long positions are slowly being added. But what is most important happening is that the longs, the shorts are being reduced from the some 30, 40, and right now they are just 14, and we are getting close into this trend line, and I believe that we will see this break. On the weekly, we already had this break of the downtrend, and price moved higher into demand zone. We know what's happening when the demand zone is contacted, moving higher, removing to supply zone, dropping back to the demand zone, new demand zone in the control, moving higher, removing another supply zone, which created new demand zone. Now the demand zone was created and price reacted here, and now the way is cleared up for the move up into the next supply zone. And on the daily it looks like this. It looks like we have already the uptrend, of course, and here is this demand zone which was contacted here, and now we can move higher. So for me, definitely the platinum is bullish, and I will take a trade. I will take this trade here. Next one is the palladium as well, the precious metal. What is going on here? Monthly in the uptrend, weekly we have the uptrend. However, here is the someone could call it like a trend line break, but it's really didn't happen. It's not the break of the trend line. It's just the correction which shifted into the range. When it's gonna be the trend line break, I will need to see at least remove this demand zone, but it didn't happen because here is the low and it was still respected. If you look to the daily, so we can see this break. Okay, on the daily, it is definitely already the break of the trend line, because we can see two zones absorbed, but this one is respected. And what we see here is this. So the longs, sorry, I will take this one so you can see it better. So the longs are being added a bit. However, they've been reduced long term, but the shorts totally closed. They totally closed the shorts. So it's for me really very bullish, and commercials still hedging it. So right now, I think that if this will want to drop down, so the exposure and what I see, thanks to the numbers, what they are doing here, they will want to definitely move the price higher before it starts to drop down. So for me at this moment, the long as well. And this is it. Yeah, so this is the palladium, and it was the last one which I wanted to show. And this is it, my friends. So definitely watch all my videos, because what I'm doing in these videos, I think it's very educative. A lot of people asking me for the education or the mentoring and this stuff, but honestly, I'm not doing this because I don't think I'm a good teacher. I like to do these videos and help the people, because of course when one is teaching, two people are learning, and for me this is very good as a practice for what I do. So this is it. I wish you have a great weekend, and definitely visit my website. You can find a lot of information here, and here is as well the past analysis. You can contact me here if you have any questions, or you can contact me via the Telegram. Just simply click here on the Dave Hunter and contact me via the Telegram. And here is as well the information about my robots and signals if you want to donate and join my VIP channel, you are always welcome to join my group. So this is it. I wish you have a great weekend, and bye bye, my friends.